God that they trust. We ain't taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog with the leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I say Ellie, me I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, we need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. All that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless, cause I only come for the money back.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his Lance on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Play fake, and it's Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing now is Geno. Eluding the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, 49ers 9. Jason Myers takes off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Smith. And it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a bit?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Looking deep for Julio. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Seahawks. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
49ers take over 2nd and 10 at their own 14.
2nd and 10 from the 49.
Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Rolling to his left.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable for Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno down a throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly
touchdown. DK Metcalf doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Lance now on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this. Lance throws the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Off of play action, here's Smith. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Lance now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lance. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On play action, Lance. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They'll roll him out right. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 83 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and he never like gets stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Smith throwing again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
First play of the drive is success, 19 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Smith on 3rd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath for those guys on the defensive side of the ball. They've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
19 tight. 19 tight. Rig alert. Rig alert. Come 19. Come 19.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. The final shot here before break. Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Play action. It's Smith. And that's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And now here's another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 33. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off, he's got thrown off? He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Smith now to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
He's got him in, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect, bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now Lance again.
And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And now here's another interception. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A healthier Kittle was back in his Pro Bowl form in 2021. Even missing 13 games the last 3 years, he's still second among tight ends in yards since his breakout 2018 campaign. Gets another chunk of yards there and a first down with that cap.
And my goodness, another interception. There he goes left side, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
10 cycles.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete.
And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
49ers 17.
Let's go now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. McCaffrey on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Here we go. Check. Hurt.
They'll run here with a rookie 2nd-round pick, Kenneth Walker.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Working from the gun, Lance.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
They have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. On third down, here's Walker. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea